Hi everyone, welcome to Active Self-Protection Extra and John's Briefs at C2. We're using their conference room with Tim Forshee, the guy behind Forshee Law. You know, you should get your CCW with Tim if you are here. He is probably one of the most prolific CCW instructors in Arizona.
For better or worse, that's probably true.
Definitely get it with him if you need it. Definitely get it, your NFA trust from Tim. For sure, my NFA trust was written by Tim. And especially now that cans are coming back so fast.
Oh my God. And like, I got my last can, I'm almost embarrassed to say this, in 2 days.
Yeah, common.
Now it's kind of hard not to get one because it's like, it used to be, well, this is more an investment. I'll see this in 18 months or 14 months. Now it's like, I'll see it by Friday.
I'll see, exactly.
Kind of fun, yeah.
It's like Amazon delivery, for goodness sakes, next day.
And that's with trust.
Yes.
So yeah.
I want to talk a little bit more with Tim. We had a video on the channel. You guys probably recognize it. It was Captain Brock.
The boat man.
The Florida boat man. I'm going to show it to you. Captain Brock, holy moron. And there were some folks who took umbrage with my suggestion in that video, and I want to talk to Tim about it.
To win the fight after the fight, you need help. After a use of force, I trust Firearms Legal Protection to help me win the fight for the rest of my life. From their 24/7 attorney-answered hotline to coverage for the use of all legal tools, Firearms Legal Protection has you covered. Get a discount by signing up at the link below.
This particular video, this fishing boat captain has come through this little channel about 5 o'clock in the morning with a couple of guys that were fishing, one of whom at least apparently didn't have his lights on. Came back a little later, accosted this guy who was one of the fishing boats in there. They're gonna have a Donnybrook. There is foul language galore in here, but I'm gonna let it play because I want you to hear it. So if foul language offends you, I'd pass this one by. Otherwise, let's watch the stupidity.
The other morning?
What, like 5 in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cussing me out?
Nah, that was the dude in that boat.
No?
Were you the one that came through the middle of the bridge? Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I was here, but you ran in front of the other dude over there.
You were cussing me out, dude.
Bro, you ran right through the middle of the bridge while we were all fishing.
In the middle of the fucking night, the guy didn't have any lights on.
Bro, we were all fishing here.
He didn't have any lights on.
All right, bro, I'm not gonna do this with you, bro. I'm not gonna fucking do this with you, bro. Like, it's not the right time, bro.
You know the laws?
Bro, you can't come flying through the middle of the fucking bridge, bro.
Bullshit. Yes, I can.
All right, bro. What are you trying to do, bro?
What am I trying to
What are you trying to do, bro?
You want to fucking go?
I don't want to fucking go. I want you to get the fuck out of here.
Big tough guy?
Tough guy? You pulled up on me, motherfucker.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
Nah, shit. I'm fishing, you fucking... Like, bro, get out of here. Like, what? What are you trying to do? Act like a tough guy in front of your buddies?
No, I'm not. Dude, all these motherfuckers know I'm tough, motherfucker.
Bro, all right, bro.
You know what?
Get going, bro.
We're all fucking war veterans. We're all Rangers.
Well, thank you for your service, bro.
And you're gonna talk shit.
Thank you for your service, bro. But that doesn't give you the right.
Pussy ass fuck.
All right, bro. All right, whatever. I appreciate you for your service, bro. But you don't got to run through the middle of the bridge, bro.
Dude, if your guy doesn't have his fucking lights
That's
on,
not my guy, bro. That's just another fucking dude, bro.
Dude, you have to have lights on.
My lights were on, bro.
Motherfucking lights.
My lights were on.
Somebody hits you, guess what the fuck happens? You die, nothing happens to me.
Right, okay, bro. Keep thinking that.
No, that's the fucking truth, dude.
All right, bro. Keep thinking that.
Put your fucking lights on.
Bro, my lights were on. I wasn't sitting there. Okay, that's not my dude, bro.
Cuss me the fuck out for it.
Bro, I said, bro, you almost fucking hit him. The other dude was fucking cussing you out.
I almost hit him because he didn't have his motherfucking lights on.
Bro, you shouldn't come flying through the middle of the bridge. You know people fish here, bro.
Dude.
I'm sorry, man. I don't know if that's what you want to hear, bro.
Yeah, you should apologize, motherfucker.
But, bro.
You're on the water more than you can possibly fathom in your wild motherfucking dream.
Me too, bro. I'm out here all the time, bro.
I'm 300 days a year on the motherfucking water.
All right,
Every
bro.
Every day, I'm the best charter captain you'll ever meet in your motherfucking life.
All right, bro.
If you cuss me out.
Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Please, bro.
Don't hit the fucking fire.
Please, okay, please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Bro, I'm a kid, bro. Please.
Apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
You're gonna cuss me the fuck out.
All right, bro.
In the middle of the
No, bro. Please, bro. Please,
Get me back
bro.
to my boat.
Okay. Please.
Fucking apologize.
I'm sorry, bro. That was not me, bro.
Yes, it was,
I know I
motherfucker.
was here, but my buddy was
Take
on the
me
boat.
back to my
Yes,
fucking
sir.
boat.
I'm a kid, bro. Please,
I
bro.
don't care. You don't cuss me
Yes,
the fuck
sir.
out.
All
and
right.
talk shit to me, motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
You don't do it.
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't like cussing you out
Yes,
though, bro.
you were, dude.
I was driving the boat.
Did
Okay.
you not call me a fucking faggot?
No, bro.
Yes,
that
you
was
did,
that was
motherfucker.
my friend on the. Okay, I'm
Okay,
sorry, bro.
That was your friend on the boat.
I'm sorry, bro.
You and your motherfucking friend are look at it and come
Yes,
on
sir.
your boat and fuck you both up.
Yes, sir.
Do it again and watch what fucking happens.
Get back on this boat.
Don't fucking do it again.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, bro. Like I appreciate y'all, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Fuck with the wrong motherfucker, man.
Bro, yes, sir.
I don't know if you heard it in his voice, but the young man here in this boat, Gage is his name, 22 years old, is sorry, bro. He's really sorry, bro. Eventually, as this video went mega crazy viral, police showed up and arrested this guy. His name's Brock, who is apparently Ranger qualified and got a TBI in combat in Afghanistan, according to his attorney. Links are in the description with all of that his attorney says that, you know, he is really sorry. And he was really grateful that the young man, Gage, de-escalated the conflict. He has been charged with a felony here, with burglary, incident to battery. So, in other words, he stole something off the kid's boat and battered him while doing so. So that's a felony offense. Also, the Coast Guard and the Maritime Authority are considering more charges against him. Fun times. So you just got to see it. Captain Brock jumping on the boat and road rage, I guess sea rage. This is fishing rage, and he is in a heap of trouble. This cost him his business. His business is closed down. He's been charged with multiple felonies.
And dare I say, from what I saw, good.
Yeah, good.
Should have been, yeah.
Yeah, stupid should hurt.
Yep.
And but now I said in that video, in the analysis that, hey, you know, is he a deadly threat? And this young 22-year-old man, I called him a kid. You know why I called him a kid? Because I'm 49 and he's young enough to be my child.
And 49 is a kid to me, but I think the definition of kid is when you say the word bro more than twice per sentence.
Yeah, I think that's somebody who says
kid, so.
bro 407 times.
God, I lost count.
And he acts like a kid for sure.
Yeah,
and again, I guess I'm just getting old enough that like this guy's old enough to be my child, so I called him a kid, right? You know, he comes on the boat, so he, you know, maneuvers his boat close, jumps on the boat, and then that kid like races away a little bit, and then they talk, and you can't see what's going on, and they're like, I'm so sorry, sir, and then puts him back on his boat. And I said, look, when he steps on your boat, if you shoot that guy, I could see a way that a prosecutor could take that and go, were you really at risk of your life?
Well, of course they could.
And so I would recommend something like, this is where an OC spray comes in. And man, so people were pissed. I had a guy email me, Tim, no kidding. He's like, this is piracy. He stepped on the boat and this is piracy. And by federal law, because of piracy.
Under ancient maritime law standards, I can display his decapitated head on my main mast.
It's like the anti-sovereign citizen. He wants the admiralty law. You know?
Love those guys. Yeah.
And then the funny part is I was like, am I wrong? Holy crap.
Yeah.
So I look up Florida statute. There's only thing in Florida statute about piracy is an aircraft.
Really?
Yes, there's an aircraft piracy statute. It's the only mention of piracy in Florida statute. So now you know, because I had to look that up. So I sent that to him and I said, listen, the federal statutes on piracy don't apply in the territorial waters of the states. And so you're out of luck in, you know, fishing under a bridge, claiming somebody is, you know, a Vastia Mateys and hoisting the mainsail.
Long gone. So yeah, there you go.
So we're not talking piracy, but I suppose the fact of the matter is that he entered someone else's vehicle.
Right. So a boat would be treated the same as a car, and that's burglary. So if you and by the way, it doesn't have to be with intent to steal. If you enter someone else's property, including their vehicle or their boat, with the intent to commit a crime, that's burglary.
That's burglary.
And you know, if you're going to step onto my boat or come through my front door and punch me, that's burglary in addition to assault. Yeah.
Yeah. So. But it's not forcible entry.
Correct.
So there's where a carjacking involves forcible entry.
Right.
So
well, it depends on how you define forcible too. I mean, if you force your way onto my boat, you don't have to break a door necessarily to do that. But yeah, I mean, he wasn't invited onto the boat. That's for
correct.
Sure. So yeah,
he wasn't invited on the boat, but at the same time, he wasn't. As he's getting closer, I think even if the young man had said, "Hey, bro, stay away from me and stay off my boat," bro, right? Bro, hey bro, stay off my boat, bro.
Hey bro, throw a few more bros in.
Yeah, then okay, then maybe we say, wait a minute, he came, and even a little bit of force, but again, to step from here to there, I just see it's one of those times where can you use deadly force because this guy's being super aggressive and I'm worried he's going to kill me. He said he's a veteran of the Rangers.
We always say though, it should never be can you use lethal force. It should be must you use lethal force. I don't know. I'm not a boater. I mean, I've been on a boat a few times. I don't know, push this thing this way, and go away. Just shut up. Don't give him the back talk about the bro and hey bro, calm down, bro. Blah. That's going to incite anybody. It's slowly going to incite some hothead with a temper problem who is in served 3 tours. Just don't engage, like we always say.
Right.
De-escalate. Drive your little boat that direction.
And there's the other problem with it is that, so I've been using this kind of model now, Tim. I haven't talked about it too much online, that rather than are you innocent or guilty, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're an innocent party, you can use self-defense, but if not, you can't. But the reality is we kind of see a spectrum.
Oh, yeah.
How innocent are you?
Exactly. There's been one innocent person in the last 2,000 years.
Right, exactly right.
Let's calm down a little bit. Yeah.
So, I mean, okay, maybe we say, that Ward Cleaver is like an innocent man,
He's pretty close.
He's pretty close, right? That's our guy. But like this guy here, this was kind of mutual argument. They were having a bit of a mutual argument.
I think, and you saw the tone change in
when the guy came on the boat.
Bro guy. Yeah, suddenly it's like very conciliatory and apologetic. And you know what? I'm glad you wised up because otherwise you probably would have got a broken jaw or worse. But maybe you can wise up a little earlier.
It was one of those things where if this was a sitcom, you get the record scratch. I bet you wonder how we got here. And then the narrator says, it was at that moment that bro realized he had effed up. And he did too.
He had a screenwriting career.
Yeah, and he was like, oh no.
You just suddenly heard the change in his whole attitude. And like I said, he thought, hey, you know what? I'm 50 yards away from this old fart. And I can give him a little bit of guff, and he can't do anything wrong. And all of a sudden he realized maybe he bit off a little more than he was supposed to be chewing that day.
Yeah.
And he changed his tone. And thank goodness it did save a confrontation. But
a little 80s country, anyone? A little Bocephus attitude adjustment on top of the head.
But it could have been a whole lot cleaner and a lot less riskier.
So here's my thing. Again, is he innocent? He was having a verbal altercation with the guy that he voluntarily participated in. Well, this was kind of mutual griping session.
Yeah.
Okay, so was he the innocent party or was he the provoker? And so the other guy started the verbal argument, but he definitely said, he wasn't like, hey man, I don't want to fight with you, have a nice day. He was like, bro, maybe you should calm down, bro. Yeah. And so this is a mutual combat. So that's what we have. Then he steps on the boat. He made no kind of effort to get away from it, and there was no forcible entry. So if you use deadly force here, in my opinion, you're in a murky area.
Very murky. Because again, the guy didn't have a weapon that I saw. It looked like bigger, certainly huskier.
Well, and he said, I used to be an Army Ranger, so you might infer and say he can.
I now know that he has hand-to-hand skills, and if he served a combat tour, he has quite possibly taken lives in the past. So that's something. Now, that's a reasonable inference there.
Now, there's been some discussion on the old interwebs that perhaps he was Ranger qualified but never served in the Rangers, so it's a
little stolen valor hint there.
A little maybe shine on the apple, as it were.
Okay, all right, that's a different hue then.
But again, our guy didn't know that. He just said, "I'm a Ranger and I'll mess you up," and so you go, "Well, he's an Army Ranger. He'll kill me." So that
you in the video you commented that the people that were the other people were on the boat. Yeah. Were they customers? Was this a charter? I'm assuming
it was a charter.
But look at their body language.
Oh, they're
humiliated. Yeah. They hate this guy. I mean, he's just like looking at the guy sitting on the gunwale with his back to the other guy. If he thought this guy was posing a threat, he wouldn't have had his back to him. You can just see him practically holding his head in his hands, going, "Oh man, would you please?
What are we doing here?
What's going on here?"
Yeah.
And that was telling, I thought. It probably wasn't the first time that day this guy had been a jerk. It was kind of my read. Yeah.
It's funny. Actually, I have a couple of people on my Facebook friends list who we've interacted because of the gun world and who knew him.
Really?
And know him.
And weren't surprised.
And they were like, oh no, this is 100% par for the course. This guy, this is, Brock is this guy.
Long time a coming.
And you're like, well, hopefully this time the stupid should hurt enough that he gets to not do that for a while. So anyways, I don't do these kind of things to tell you, aha, I was right and the commenters were wrong. Eventually, though, we hear it enough that I feel like we should talk about it a little bit. Because
I think if anybody out there was thinking that John's being too nice and repel all borders, this guy it was an act of piracy. You should be able to shoot him with your 20-pound cannon out of through the gun wheel of your boat. No, this was way murkier than that, and I think that was handled. Thank God nobody got hurt. Thank God it looks like the bad guy's going to be punished appropriately. But you don't ever want to use lethal force. And let's say our bro kid had a gun. I'm glad we never saw it.
Yeah.
Although
if he comes on the boat and you decide to have trial by fencing, you decide to have a little épée have at you, I think that'd be appropriate.
You gotta hoist the black flag
there you
before
go.
you start slitting throats, don't you?
I mean, if you say, all right, if you step on my boat, sir, well then have at you. You scallywag. Scimitars at dawn, sir.
Have to go, arr,
yar. Yeah. That would be appropriate, right? I'd allow that's mutual combat on the high seas.
Never something you want to experience.
No. So again, bro.
Yeah.
So I think the big lesson out of that one, if you are bro, is to win a round of can you shut the heck up?
Yeah, don't poke the bear.
Don't poke the bear. As soon as he starts getting real frustrated, any road rage situation. Any road rage situation, my bad, you're right, I'm so sorry, have a nice day. Like you've said many times, yeah, my wife's ugly and I'm fat, you're right, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get out of here so that you can have this fishing hole.
Yeah.
Have a nice day, engage thrusters, and off we go, okay?
Always the easy, but then we wouldn't have stuff to talk about.
And then obviously if you have anger issues like Mr. Brock clearly does, I got 2 words for you, therapy.
Yeah, amen.
If you
got PTS, God bless you, let's get you better, but you don't go out and act like this.
Therapy, man, handle your anger problems. And I know plenty of guys. My one thing to you here, again, a guy with 14 years of vocational pastoral ministry, but also human performance is kind of my thing now. A lot of men express depression as anger. And it's very common that anger that simmers in your soul all the time is actually depression. And so going and getting looked at, talking to the psychiatrist and going, here's what I've got. I'm struggling to sleep at night. I have that black cloud over my head, 5-6 days a week or 10 days a month. I have trouble forming relationships. I don't concentrate really well. These are all these are all symptoms of depression, guys.
Help.
So get some help, because sometimes if you go, heck, man, if I take my medicine, all of a sudden my serotonins work and I don't have those problems anymore.
Chemical, oftentimes, yeah.
And it's chemical, and because your brain's just not making serotonin.
I'm diabetic and I need insulin. That's embarrassing. No, it's
man.
It's a chemical deficiency.
Take 'em.
If it's fixable, fix it. Yeah.
Fix it.
We're not like in bed with Big Farm here. That's not what we're saying at all. But if there's an easy key for your lock, then for crying out loud, use it.
Yeah, no different than, honestly, so I've said this on the channel, so I don't mind saying it again. I've lost a bunch of weight. I'm gaining muscle. I look good. Guess what? I'm on testosterone replacement because mine was in the crapper and there's nothing I was going to do to bring it back. And so the doctors were like, John, it's not coming back. So we can supplement a little bit to get you back in the regular range. And I was like, well, let's try it. And all of a sudden I felt better and I could work out again. I'm doing it. It's just how that goes. So guys, do that on that. Only use deadly force if you have to. Listen to the attorney. Just disengage, bro.
Bro. Be safe, bro.